All right, it is Monday, and I'm kicking off a new series here at Broad Coven. This is going to be sort of like a little preview of the energies in play for the week ahead for those of us who are on the witch path, those of us who work with the occult arts and are doing that alchemy work to, really step into our empowerment. And I just wanted to do a little read for that collective and have a way for us all to tune in and build the energy in a way that really can transform our lives and have us leveling up, right? Not only internally, with our connection to our souls and, moving into higher expression of being on our paths, but also, very practically, how can we shift our reality in a way that leads to more fulfillment, more gratification, more of everything that makes life so delightful, So I'm just doing a collective read for all of my heathens out there, all of you who are of the witchy persuasion, all of those who love the old gods, and seeing which way do we need to go this week. Which way is going to be highlighted for us this week? How do we need to move forward? What opportunities are on offer for us? What energies need to be transformed? And how can we work our path in a way that leads us to being in alignment with our purpose and what wants to come in for us right now? All right, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and start off with this one card right here. We're working with the Arcane Bullshit deck. We have a pit bull with a tiny truck, okay? I think some of you are dealing with a very combative person this week, Acts like a real tough guy, all bark, no bite, may have, a big fucking, some type of big fucking truck or, SUV, one of those real high-rise, high-rise vehicles. You need a fucking ladder to get in. You may have somebody who's sort of like itching for a fight with you this week. Somebody who's a little bit combative, who's kind of, swinging their energy around, if you know what I mean. I'm really picking up masculine energy with this. This is somebody who's a little bit, difficult to reason with, all right? And I think that they're going to be sort of stirring up some trouble this week. And there's something about a need for you not to get too riled up by it. I noticed there's a number here on the license plate, okay? 333. This 3 energy is really coming in big time. And 3s are all about, help being available, supportive energy being available. Not only, from other people, that you can count on to have your back or help you navigate this challenging situation, but it's also like spiritual help on offer. We have to look at Mother Maiden Crone, right? We have to look at that triple goddess aspect too when we're talking to the witch set here, all right? So I think really connect with goddess, connect with gods, connect with that energy and, ask for assistance in navigating this situation. We do see that it's really a tiny truck though, right? So it's like, don't feel like this energy can run all over you, because it can't, This is like child's play. This is somebody who is in a position where they're feeling, they actually feel very vulnerable is what I'm picking up. And so they may be showing a lot of aggressive energy, but it's sort of to protect themselves. This is interesting. There's these cards here. One just turned upward in the middle of the deck. Very odd. You got horse death here. Okay. And I've really seen with this spoon here, I'm picking up this energy like I don't have enough spoons. Like I don't have time to, you know, cater to this kind of attitude right here. You know? Stop throwing around your power like that. Horse energy is all about power. It's a totem for power. All right? Don't come in here and run this energy around me. It's time to bring a death to that, you know? I'm not gonna cater to this energy. I'm not gonna deal with this. There's no way to work things out around here, you know? I'm seeing what you're throwing around. You're coming at me real scary. You're coming at me real hard. But I know where you're really at inside, you know? So I think there's this big message coming through here. Don't feed into this energy. The best way to not feed into this energy is just simply don't engage with it. You may need to cut somebody off. You may need to do some cord cutting. You know, you may need to do some release work around that. This could be somebody born in the year of the horse, okay? The Chinese astrology, that just coming through. This could be somebody born in the year of the dog, you know, with that tiny truck energy coming through. We do see it's somebody who's very full of themselves. We got the king shit card coming out here, all right? But really they're just talking out their ass, you know? They're sitting on their throne, but that throne's just a toilet, you know? So I think here's the message, really. You got to flush this energy. There's no need for this aggression. So I think there's definitely some boundary work that needs to happen this week. You know, you definitely need to, you know, sort of guard your space. And when I'm saying guard your space, you might want to do some warding work. You know, warding work around your actual home, you know, just so you can feel a sense of peace and calm, you know, in your home and not feel invasive energy. I think also you definitely need to make sure that you're giving yourself, you know, time away from these people, from them having access to you. I am seeing this like bull energy up here, and it's making me think bullshit, right? Because look, the horns are coming from that turd. So bull, they could be born in the year of the bull, the year of the ox, you know, in Chinese astrology. Also Taurus energy coming through there. You know, when we look at the horse energy too, we have to think of Sagittarius energy as well, okay? So they could have aspects in their chart related to these signs. You know, it doesn't have to be, but I'm going to speak to that because this is coming through. Yeah, I think this is going to be kind of like raising from the dead, right? Something's coming back to life with this, the digging ghost, okay? The digging ghost is in reverse here. It's like, you better think careful before you go and dig something back up. I don't know. I just got this message in that maybe some of you did a working. You did a working to kind of already block this energy. And maybe you had some second thoughts about it. Maybe you're having second thoughts about it. Maybe you already sequestered this energy. Maybe you already put sort of like protection in place, you know, through a working, and you're maybe thinking about going out there and digging it back up and reversing that working. You might want to think twice, you know, be careful of what you're digging around, you know, and this could very well be speaking to cross watcher energy, you know, these energies that are being aggressive like this, and that they're stirring up shit and they're digging into stuff they shouldn't be digging into. They might want to think twice about that, because I don't think they're going to like what comes as a result of that. Yeah, I think somebody did some kind of binding work here. You know, we see an eagle chained to a calf. And when calves are very docile, okay? It's a very docile sort of energy. In fact, in India, that's why the calf is so revered, you know. Cows are so revered because they're very docile. They're very docile creatures, very peaceful, docile creatures. And we see this eagle energy here, and the eagle is chained, you know, it's chained to this calf energy. And this really makes me think that maybe somebody did some kind of working to, like, a commanding spell to try to hold somebody hostage, you know, to have them be submissive to them. This is what it's making me think of, because I see eagles, you know, as a sign of freedom. And eagles are also greatly associated with messages from spirit, you know, it's like great spirit energy coming through real strong right there. I definitely think somebody did some kind of working, and it was to make somebody sort of, you know, be submissive to them, like a control spell, some type of binding. They might be rethinking this. Maybe when they did this working, you know, this could be somebody, like I said, with those signs I brought in, maybe they're the ones who did this working, or maybe somebody did this working against them, you know. You know what side you're on, okay? 11-11 when I said that. So, you know, lots of collective options here, right? It's not all one way, you know. In some cases, these signs I called out, they're the ones who have been doing this kind of workings, and now they're realizing it's sort of backfiring on them, and because of that, they're thinking, oh shit, maybe I need to reverse this spell. I would say, you know, you might want to just suck it up and ride that shit out, you know, because you got to be careful when you turn something back around. You got to be careful. If you're already going through it and you're already paying the price for workings you did, if you go and reverse that energy, you know, and dig it up, you're gonna have a whole mess to deal with. Just be sure you're prepared to do that. I have a theory about binding work myself. Things of this nature. First of all, I think binding is never anything to ever be taken lightly. Okay, anytime you're interfering with another person's free will, you're in real sketchy territory. Okay, but they also really backfire, and the reason why they backfire is what you bind is then bound to you. You know, you really got to think about that. And sometimes, you know, there are righteous hexes. Sometimes, you know, you've done everything you have to do practically, okay? And that's what's really important with any kinds of workings like this, okay? You really need to think practically. Have I taken all the steps that one would rationally take? 13 on the clock when I said that. That's a power number for witches, okay? Have I taken all the steps rationally I should take to resolve this situation? For example, did I try to actually have a conversation with this person? If you're dealing with an abusive situation, did you remove yourself from that situation? Have you blocked that person, you know, on your social media? Have you blocked their phone number? You know, did you take the practical steps? Now, sometimes if you're dealing with a situation where I've taken all the practical steps and this person is still harassing me, or this person is still bringing aggressive energy toward me, then yeah, you may be justified in doing a protective working. But I would suggest protective workings and not bindings. Bindings are really sketchy stuff to get into, man. I think that there's some reversal going on here, and I think that that's what this is about too, like this digging ghost being in reverse. I think that there's also some of this is you're experiencing backlash right now. Those of you who've been moving like that, you're experiencing some backlash right now. I think this is like one of those things where it's like, be careful what you try to dredge up from the past, man. Be careful what you try to dredge up, because it actually could work against you, you know? It's not the best way to go. That's what I'm picking up. Yeah, and I see that this is kind of like amateur energy that's been doing these kind of workings with this, the pregnant babies here, you know? It's like a little bit full of themselves, thinking they have all this creative power, you know. Ooh, I'm I'm gonna get you, my pretty, with this like monster energy in the background. But really, it's like, it's their own demons, man. You know, it's that their own toxic energy, their own energy that need to control. When you need to control another, that's your toxicity, and you're actually the one who gets bound up. Yep. And in the end, it's really all just meaningless fucking garbage here, okay? It's meaningless garbage. Because the reality is, those of us on this path doing the work, working as alchemists, transforming our energies, holding both our shadow and light, using our shadow to inform our actions and how we move forward, being aware, not in denial of our shadow, okay, but actually transmuting that energy and choosing to move forward in our lives in a more empowered way, not chained by our shadowy aspects. We know that in order for that to have an effect, on us, any kind of hex work, any kind of negative energy sent our way, we have to be in agreement with it. So really, when you do these kind of workings, you're only fucking yourself. It doesn't actually have an effect on the person that is, on their path, focused on their own way forward, isn't causing you any trouble. When you tamper with people like that, you're actually bringing a world of fuck shit on your own head, and then you end up being the one that needs the spiritual cleansing, okay? Lil Pablo. You may have been tooting your own horn. You may have been bragging about, I hear that song in my head, Voodoo Woman, by Coco Taylor, where she says, I got a rabbit foot in my pocket, a toad frog in my shoes, crawfish on my shoulder, looking dead at you. I got dust from a rattlesnake, I got a black spider bone. If that don't do it, baby, you better leave it all alone. Frogs are a sign of spiritual cleansing, okay? I think there's somebody who got a little bit too much into their ego. This is what I'm getting. Thinking they're king shit. Who thought they were going to fuck some people over, do some workings, They were digging up some old shit they should have just lay to rest. And now they're suffering the repercussion of that. Yeah, look at this. We got Galaxy Dad energy here, okay? Time's up, Galaxy Dad, You're going to experience the way that, you wounded others coming back at you. That's what it looks like to me. We got these eyes of protection up here. That's return to sender energy. I don't know. You may be getting some bad news that things have gone south, right? Ooh, we got the pantless beekeeper here, all right? That don't look good to me. Looks like you're going to get stung, and you're going to get stung where it hurts. There's a real sexual energy here too, bees, when I think about bee magic, I think about honey magic. I think about, a lot of times it's like love spells, love spells can employ honey often, and I think this is somebody getting caught with their pants down. I think somebody was doing a love spell. They were trying to make somebody submissive to them. Like, I've just got to come to me spell is what came in. Oh my God, yes. And it leads to a fucking infinite cosmic mess, man. You got a lot of fucking cleanup to do and a lot of cleansing to do, whoever you are, okay? We got this old man pouring water on the eyeball, eye of protection. You need some purification. You better go give yourself a fucking limpia and you better come right, okay? Because I think you're going to have to ride this one out, Yep, you're just going to have to suck it up with this everything's fine, okay? Let the death happen. Let the implosion happen. You know, in a strange way, sometimes when you do workings like this, you know, and you do act out of that shadowy nature and you start throwing your fucking weight around, you get a little too cocky, you think you're fucking king shit, you think you're master of the fucking universe, and you work with this spell work and you cause something to really go south, and then you get the fucking backlash out of that. You know what? It's a humbling experience. There's a saying that every witch worth their salt, it was 2020 on the clock when I said that, every witch worth their salt needs to get their fingers burned. It's a very essential lesson on the path to, you know, get a little too fucking full of yourself and then have the gods put your fucking ego in check when you get the cosmic backlash of that fuckery you pulled. It really educates you about the importance of how you hold power, how you direct power, how you work with power, you know? So important. It's always, this is the thing about spell work that a lot of people don't understand is it's a big part of your transformational work. You know, as you progress on the path, you really change the focus of your spell work, you know? When you're a newbie, you know, when you're a baby witch on the path, when you first start exploring, you get drawn in by the spell work that's all about, ooh, the goodies, you know? I want this, I want that, I want the things, you know? And you may even be drawn to some sort of dark workings, you know, because it is a taboo path, right? You might want to explore, you know, a little bit of those murky areas. It is part of growing on the path, all right? You may be drawn to the image of that. We see a lot of that projected on, like, you know, social media, on Instagram. Like, it's hip to be a witch. It's cool to be a witch now. You know, it's sexy to be a witch. It's hot to be a witch. But people don't understand this is a legit path, you know? It's a legit path, and this is very transformational work, and it can be fiery as fuck. And this path will hold your feet to the fire in a way that other paths don't, all right? And you definitely suffer the repercussions if you're acting out of pocket. If you are acting out of your ego, you know, ego gratification places, it can really fucking backfire on you, man. It really can. But as you grow and you progress on the path, your focus and your energy shifts. You start doing workings to heal yourself. You start doing workings to transmute, you know, that lower vibe energy, you know. You start doing workings to enhance your intuition, or to feel more nurtured or more connected to your spirituality. The focus of your spiritual workings becomes different, you know. It's not about controlling. It's not about controlling, but it's more about becoming more aligned with the energy so that you can really work in harmony with that energy that runs through everything, no matter how you relate to that. Some people do relate to it as actual deities. I personally don't. I relate to it as archetypal energy that I'm just like, you know, taking on when I work with gods and goddesses, you know. I believe everything is energetical and it's all just one energy and there is no separation. That's me. But some people do really relate to it as deity, and no way is wrong. However you relate to the energy on your path, you know, there comes a point where your workings are more about really aligning with that energy and less about like what the ego wants, you know. But control never should be part of your workings, because that's so contradictory to a pagan path, right? Pagan path is all about anti-establishment, anti-control. Don't fucking fence me in, you know, don't put borders around me. That's what it's all about. Yeah, you know. There may have been some sex magic involved in this. So you do see the orgy here. We see these motherfuckers are looking pretty confused right now. They're looking a bit bewildered. They don't know up from fucking down. Oh shit, what kind of clusterfuck did I create here? You know, don't ignore the elephant in the room. You know, don't sit there and try to kid yourself about what you've been up to, okay? You've been working with the arts in a little bit of a shady way. Look at that mask on. That reminds me of like a burglar's mask, you know? It actually reminds me of Fat Albert. Who was that? Was it Mushmouth who wore that mask like that? Whoever did this may be having problems with their mouth right now. I don't know. They may be wanting to take back their words, you know? They may be wanting to take back those spells. Don't ignore the elephant in the room, though, you know? We got this provider energy. So it's like, turn back to your path and seek out, you know, through connecting to, connecting to your deities, connecting with the old ones in whatever way you do, you know, and ask, what is the right way for me to resolve this situation? How should I move forward here? How can I make this right? You know, there's definitely a need for some purification work here, though, collective. Because look at that fucking hourglass, man. Transformation's on the other side. Look at that moth energy there, all right? Transformation is on the other side. You need to seek that transformation. You need to stop working out of this lower vibrational energy, you know? You need to stop doing this hex work. You need to stop doing this, like, dark fucking shit. It doesn't make you cool, and it actually is fucking up your life, all right? That message just wants to come through really strong. Interesting message. Yeah, man, I'm really seeing this come through so strong. Somebody has done some workings, probably did some sex magic. They like come to me spell, wanted somebody submissive to them. It looks like your shit's the one that's going to be burning, okay? And it didn't work anyway. It didn't work anyway, penis weasel. This is impotence there, right? That energy has been cut the fuck off. I don't know. That might be the price you pay. You might have some impotence, you know? If you're a man who did this work, you might have some fucking impotence. Yeah, I don't know. It might have been men. Here, look at this. We got this fucking guy. This fucking guy carries a big stick, but not much going on downstairs there, okay? You know... Yeah, you can go ahead and protect yourself all you want, sword hoarder, you know. This also really reminds me of Seven of Swords energy too, even though I think there's a lot more than 7 swords here. I think this person was really greedy about having control, you know. Definitely greedy about having control, and got all the swords in their hands, you know. They really stabbed a lot of people in the back with this working. You know, caused a lot of problems. We do have this Ram energy here, okay? So that could be Aries energy as well, all right? So these are the energies coming forward. Pick what side you're on. But I definitely see there's a need to do some cleanup work here. There's a need to let sleeping dogs lie, okay? Let sleeping dogs lie. All right? Don't stir up some bullshit. Don't go and throw your weight around thinking you're fucking king shit. You're master of the fucking universe and you're gonna, you know, pull a Skeletor. You gotta let people, you know, do what they need to do, make the choices they need to make. You're not here to exact revenge, you know? You got to let people learn their own lessons. You're not here to, you know, teach them a lesson by trying to do workings on them. Because whoever you did this working on, whoever you've been interfering with, it all was just returned to center. You tried to mess with somebody who's a little bit more adept on their path. And they didn't take that energy on. And it comes right back to you. It comes right back to you, all right? So... transmute this energy. Go take Olympia. 29 on the clock when I said that. Message from God is right there, you know. 11 energy. Go do Olympia. Clear your energy. Get back in touch with what brought you to this path, you know. And connect with your spirituality. Maybe do some kind of cleansing ritual. You know, if you really do want to reverse the working you did, a way that you can reverse spell work that went south and free the people, you know, and free yourself as a result. You won't bypass the backlash You won't, you know. The piper does need to be paid. That's the way it works. But you can do right by the person that you try to do this working on, and you can release that energy by taking something that you really value, something that's really special to you, something that you don't want to let go of. It can be a piece of jewelry, you know, some personal item of yours, and go and bury it and ask for that working to be lifted, and know that it will be laid to rest, okay? And once you bury it, don't dig it back up again, and don't go back there, you know? Don't go back there. Don't go back to those old ways. Live and let live. Let people be free. What's meant for you will find you. Drop your control mechanisms, man. Peace out.